Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, just recently, Ashanti sat down and did an interview with Angie Martinez to open up for really one of the first times about the stuff that was going on between her and Irv Gotti. Now, everybody knows, and as she said herself, even in the interview, that he's had plenty to say over the years about her, and she's pretty much, for the most part, kept to herself. From what I can remember, Ashanti has never really been a problematic artist like a lot of these artists are now. But a lot of people are saying that they're glad that she did finally open up about this and sit down and talk to Angie Martinez. Of course, it's her business whether or not she wanted to open up about it, because she could have not felt comfortable about it up until this point. But a lot of people are glad and think that it's a good idea and a good thing that she did open up about it. Now, a lot of the stuff that she said, I found very troubling and very disturbing. I'm gonna be honest. I felt really bad for her because she really got the short end of the stick in this situation. But she's still been doing good for herself. A lot of people, they love to say stuff like, "Oh, well, she's not as like famous as Beyonce or Rihanna or whatever." And my response to that is, neither are you. Just because we don't see all of her accomplishments up front like everybody else doesn't mean she doesn't have a lot going for her, because she does. Anyways, so Ashanti opened up about a lot of the stuff that happened. So everybody knows the history. This is the early 2000s history where she was signed to Murder Inc. with Irv Gotti. And then the investigation happened. And then she apparently was in Canada filming a movie. She was not even supposed to leave Canada. It was apparently a part of a contract, allegedly. She was not supposed to leave Canada, but she did like 3 times to help with the investigation. Now, she was better than me because I wouldn't have went up there, but that's neither here nor there. She also talked about her, I don't even want to call it a relationship, the whatever it was that she had with her and Irv Gotti, which like I said, it wasn't a relationship. I don't even want to call it that. Because when you listen to what she said and you really think about it, it was really I'll call it an involvement. There we go. I like that word better. An involvement, because let's break this down. First of all, she was a young woman. I think she was like 18, if I'm not mistaken, when she first got involved with Murder Inc. I could be wrong. Or she was like 21, I think. So she was a young woman signed to a label, the owner of which was Irv Gotti, who was an adult man older than her, who was, if I'm not mistaken, still married at the time and has kids. Now, I believe in an interview, he claimed that they were separated. His wife and them were separated. But like, how many times have we seen this situation? Like, that doesn't make it any better. Like, I hate it when people say, "Oh, we're separated." Like, but y'all are still legally married. The way she described her involvement with Irv Gotti it really disturbed me. I'm gonna be honest. She was basically saying that, in so many words, he had this idea of what their relationship was. Meanwhile, it's not even a relationship for her. Like I said, he had a whole interview where he was talking about basically he was in love with her, allegedly, so to speak. And Ashanti said in the interview with Angie Martinez, sometimes people will make something out to be that it's not. Like, they'll feel something toward you that you don't feel about them. And I think for all we know, she probably tried to show him that she did not want to be in a legitimate relationship with him. She said that he was involved with multiple women at that time. She did not want to be involved romantically with him. And I think what really happened was he took that, of course, as a rejection, and he got mad, and he's been bitter about it ever since. Again, even when she was talking about I don't know how many times they were, they had, slept together or whatever. But even when she was describing that or talking about that, it disturbed me, because she basically said, and this is not something that Yoshi Entertainment is saying, this is something that came straight from the interview, okay? She said out of her mouth, basically, it was like she felt pressured to do certain things. She felt pressured. She said, well, if I don't get involved with him, like, is he not going to record my music? Like, am I going to have music, like, at all? And that's really sad that she felt that way, that he made her feel that way. Because whenever she was doing what he wanted her to do, it was all peace and chicken grease, right? But then when she decided that she was not comfortable with that, she did not want to be involved with him to that degree, then he decided, since, like I said, the rejection, the fence comes in, he decided, he was going to dog her out, talk about her every chance he got, tell people not to work with her. Because, like I said, this is something else she talked about in the interview. Basically, her finding out only after the fact that he had told people, "Oh, if you mess with her, then you don't mess with me." And well, they don't want you. Nobody wants to be bothered with you. Nobody wants to make music with you. And then her finding out, like I said, after the fact that these people wanted to be involved with her, but because of the things he'd said to her and them, it just caused a bunch of confusion, basically a bunch of lies. She even spoke about whenever she got involved with Nelly. Of course, he got upset with that. And like I said, he treated it as if like they were in an actual relationship, which she had never established with him. And if you read between the lines of what she was trying to say during the interview, of course he got mad and he retaliated because she was with Nelly at that time. And again, she was saying basically that like sometimes people make more out of your involvement with them than what they've already established. Like I said, it's basically another textbook example of like an older man who has power, and a young woman who's coming in. And this doesn't just happen in the music industry. This happens in businesses, corporate offices. And these women feel pressured to get involved with these men in ways that they might not actually want to, because they're afraid that their job is going to be at risk, at jeopardy. And it was messed up that basically that's the position that he put her in. And it's a dangerous position. Like, can you imagine being in that kind of situation where you're trying to get somebody to see that you're not feeling the same way as them? Like, you're just trying to work with them. Like, you have to be involved with them for your job, but they want more from you that you don't want. And they're making you seem out to be some bad person who just, didn't want to, be loyal to you. But all the time you're trying to get them to understand you don't want that kind of relationship with them, but they don't care. They're delusional. They're just seeing it as, oh, you ghosted me, you messed me over, you left me, when it was never a relationship to begin with. They were just seeing what they wanted to and not even respecting the fact that that's not what you wanted to. She said it had even gotten so bad that she felt like he wished death upon her. And that's really bad, y'all. Because like I said, there have been women put in these positions before. Like, these men, they don't take rejection in a mature way, and they lash out and they get mad and they take it out on these women, and they have these kind of mentalities where they're like, well, if I can't have you and you won't give me what I want from you, then you're not going to have it with nobody else. And even if you try to, you're not going to have no kind of peace. And that's just messed up. And like I said, it's a really dangerous and uncomfortable and disturbing position for Ashanti. Like, could y'all imagine? And she's been dealing with this for some decades, basically. She's been dealing with this all this time. But anyways, a lot of people have been saying that Irv Gotti is basically displaying textbook examples of narcissism and, being manipulative, and showing signs of being possessive and obsessive. And like I said, it's really disturbing and sad to see, honestly. This is why the importance of handling rejection in a mature way needs to be stressed so much, because this is what comes out of it. Like, I get it. Nobody likes to be told no. Nobody likes to be rejected, of course. So, like, it's normal to feel like upset when things don't go the way you planned for them to go or you wanted them to go. But that is absolutely no excuse to treat people horribly. To do the opposite is just immature. It's immature. And quite honestly, it's petty. And like I said, and when those kind of negative emotions go for such a long time without being, adjusted or fixed, this is the kind of stuff that happens, which is, like I said, why the importance of learning how to handle rejection with grace, mercy, and maturity is needed. Okay, it's needed. It's necessary, more than necessary. But anyways, the best thing that she could have done was to speak out about it. Like, whenever, if there's anybody out there going through that kind of situation with anybody, and that goes for men or women, the best thing you can do is try to get help or speak out about it. Like I said, for a long time, she didn't really say anything about this stuff. But finally, she spoke out, and, it makes one wonder, because sometimes people don't feel comfortable talking about this kind of stuff. And she probably didn't. But she went ahead and did it because at this point, she probably felt like it was the best thing to do. Like I said, she probably didn't even feel comfortable still even about that now. But she did what she had to do. But anyways, y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments below.